Welcome to the Luxury Syndicate, where we embark on an exquisite journey to the heart of the luxurious world and share valuable financial life advice as well as entrepreneurial insights. You have reached the perfect channel if you want success in your life and business. We're talking more money than you can shake a diamond-encrusted cane at. In this video, you have to get ready to be blown away by the outrageous amounts of money these people had, and we'll share shocking, brutal truths about their lives. Number 1. Genghis Khan. First in our list is this man. The first bioweapon was devised by this emperor, Genghis Khan. He is well renowned for his terrible wars, which brought devastation, mayhem, and massacres all the way to Europe. Despite this, he managed to amass a fortune of more than $100 trillion, given that he killed nearly 10% of the world's population in 20 years. In reality, he divided his wealth among his subjects. He did, however, have hundreds of women from whom he had innumerable children. Thank goodness he had 100 trillion to pay for his alimony. Number 2. Shen Song. Shen Song, of course, lived luxuriously. However, unlike the first individual on our list, the most of his expenditure was on improving the lives of his subjects, and there aren't many records available to tell us more about his personal lifestyle. What's more, his social initiatives provided much-needed aid to the poorest farmers while the country experienced peace and economic progress. Number 3. Akbar I. Akbar, a powerful personality and a brilliant general, gradually expanded the Mughal Empire to encompass most of the Indian subcontinent. Because of the Mughal military, political, cultural, and economic domination, his power and influence stretched across the whole region. To integrate the enormous Mughal kingdom, Akbar instituted a centralized administrative structure throughout his empire and pursued a policy of reconciling conquered monarchs through marriage and diplomacy. To maintain peace and order in a religiously and culturally diverse empire, he implemented policies that garnered him favor among his non-Muslim subjects. Its impact was critical. Number 4. Augustus Caesar. He was valued at $4.6 trillion. This almost unfathomable net value appears far-fetched until you consider that Augustus personally owned Egypt, which supplied half of the empire's food. Augustus was thought to have at least 10 million gold pieces left by his uncle Julius, in addition to possessing an entire kingdom. The 10 million gold coins are estimated to be worth $200 billion in today's money, which is not a bad start in life considering much of this money was spent on infrastructure, roads, monuments, and temples were built with Augustus' money, as he infused his personal finances with those of the Roman Empire as well. The emperor spent millions on public entertainment each year, funding chariot races, gladiator bouts, and other sporting events. They played an important role in his ambitions to maintain control of the country. Number 5. King Solomon. If you are a believer, you're well aware that King Solomon was the wealthiest man in his time. The Bible portrays King Solomon as the world's wealthiest ruler, and we all know how reliable the Book of Books is. Instead, the Bible insisted on his spending being entirely virtuous. He also constructed the first Jewish temple in Jerusalem. According to the Bible, King Solomon had approximately 25 tons of gold every year for the straightly 39 years. That's enough to build a palace out of the golden bricks without having to give them away. Number 6. Mansa Musa. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and Gautam Adani are just a few of today's billionaires. Consider Mansa Musa, a 14th century West African ruler whose riches was built on gold, salt, and land and far exceeded many names you know today. Being rich and from Mali now sounds like the beginning of a very inappropriate joke, with an estimated net worth of $415 billion in today's money. Mansa Musa inherited a wealthy kingdom, but his efforts to promote trade made Mali the wealthiest country in Africa. His fortune sprang from the discovery of huge salt and gold reserves in the Mali kingdom. Another significant source of his riches was elephant ivory. Musa and his comrades traveled over the Sahara Desert and Egypt to Cairo, where the emperor lavished his riches, or gold in this case, in the city. He spent so much gold that he destabilized the local economy and produced enormous inflation for the next 10 years. He also helped Timbuktu become a cultural and educational hub by constructing schools, libraries, and mosques. Number 7. John D. Rockefeller. Rockefeller is estimated to have made more than $1.5 trillion over his lifetime. His net worth is projected to be in the $400 billion range. One of Rockefeller's most notable legacies is federal antitrust legislation, as well as laws boosting labor unions. Many people, both during and after his lifetime, rightly chastised Rockefeller for the unconventional methods he used to build his money. His descendants carried on his legacy. John D. Rockefeller Jr. constructed Manhattan's famous Art Deco Rockefeller Center, which still houses business offices as well as popular enterprises such as Radio City Music Hall, the Rockettes, the Rainbow Room, an open-air skating rink, a famous annual towering Christmas tree, and the television studios for Saturday Night Live and The Tonight Show. Number 8. Nicholas Romanov. Nobody in their right mind would claim that they were the ones who brought communism to the globe. Nonetheless, he, also known as the last Russian emperor, ruled with such incompetence that he managed to turn Russia into a breeding ground for the mentality that still thinks that the world cannot be that affluent. Romanov was the one who sold the oil-rich peninsula to the United States, fearful of losing it to the British. He had no notion how rich the region was in resources. But of course, he and his family lived in utmost luxury, which today's millionaires would envy. The beautiful mansions are the only way to see the grandeur they lived in. Number 9. Osman Ali Khan. Mir Osman Ali's net worth was almost 2% of the country's U.S. gross domestic product. In 1937, his image appeared on the cover of the prestigious Time magazine. Whoever lived and was the wealthiest Indian should have spoken a lot. People in the Asian country now reside in 27-story mansions if they can't even get near to Osman Ali Khan. Electrical energy was proclaimed during Osman's 37-year reign, and railways, transportation, and airfields were built. He was dubbed the designer of contemporary Hyderabad, the state of the prince, and is credited with the establishment of numerous community organizations in Hyderabad, including the Osmania General Hospice, Osmania University, Begumpet Airport, Hyderabad State Bank, and the High Court of Hyderabad. In his reign, two puddles, Himayat Sagar and Osman Sagar, were built to prevent further excessive flooding within the city. Number 10. William the Conqueror. So speaking of Queen Elizabeth II, we'll move on to the final person on our list, William the Conqueror, commonly known as William the Bastard. The royal family of England is widely recognized as one of the world's wealthiest dynasties. William the Conqueror, the first king of England. Not only did he seize power on the British island when he was 38, but he also amassed a fortune that is now worth $228 billion. When Edward the Confessor died, Harold Godwin took over instead of William. He attacked England enraged to establish his claim. Their invasion plans were put on hold for several weeks as he collected his fleet on the French coast. The two armies clashed in the Battle of Hastings on October 14, 1066. King Harold, along with his two brothers, were killed during the battle. King William of England was crowned. During his time as king, he was renowned to seize land and distribute it to his Norman subjects. While their wealth may have brought them luxury and comfort, it also allowed them to make a positive, and for some individuals, a negative impact on the world. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, then make sure to hit the like button, and we'd appreciate you subscribing to see more about fine living and luxurious life inspirations. This is the Luxury Syndicate. We'll see you on our next travel.